everyone, welcome to Indie Game Award 2022 Winners Interview. And today we're here with the winning team of Best Innovation, Toukana Interactive. Hi Luca, how are you?
Hi, I'm great, thank you. Thanks for having me.
Luca, so can you introduce yourself to the audience and give us a brief introduction to Dorfromantik?
Yeah, sure. As you said, I'm Luca, one of the 4 founders of Toukana Interactive, the company we found like 2 years ago, basically out of university, with my 3 friends, Timo, Zvi, and Sandro. And Dorfromantik is our first commercial game title, I would say. It's a relaxing city builder / puzzle game in which you like build landscapes out of little hexagonal tiles, which are created randomly, and you have to solve quests and puzzle perfectly in order to reach high scores and stuff. And in the team, I'm basically like the all-round artist, and I'm responsible for the graphics and the looks of the game. But I also like to game design, which we all do together in order to make the game fun. And
And you mentioned that Dorfromantik is like a strategic puzzle game. So can you share with us what inspired you to develop this game, and what do you want to combine all these elements in it?
Yeah, I mean, it was created first for the Ludum Game Jam, which we attended like in 2020, in April 2020, I think. And the theme was there like keep it alive. And we thought about like having a game where you have to keep a system alive or running by puzzling really well. For inspiration, I would say that we didn't look like too much at other games for it. A lot of people compare it to like the board game Carcassonne, and also from Germany, because the tile laying mechanic is pretty like similar, I would say. But we try not to like look too much at other games because we don't want to copy anything. We just like want to stay innovative and rather get away from there than copying anything. I mean, for us it was like from the beginning it was clear that we wanted to have a like non-violent game, and we always wanted to like write this narrative of like a relaxing puzzle game where you can just like unwind after work and or maybe like play during like boring Zoom calls at work or something. But on the other hand, we wanted something that's like really easy to get in, but also really hard to master. And so we try to really put that like decent amount of strategy into it as well. We like try to balance like both sides, and that was the plan for Dorfromantik basically.
So how do you come up with the idea of the game mechanics? Because like for the players, they can get like a stack of tiles at the first time, and then they could put the different tiles into the slot. And then they will have different missions in the game, and they could have more tiles. So so can you share with us how do you come up with the idea of the game mechanics?
First of all, we really wanted to have like a really simple core game mechanic that it's really easy like to learn, which you can just like when you see a video of the game, you directly know like what to do, and this is just like the placing of tiles. And we wanted to make this like as much fun as possible. And then we wanted to have like several layers of like motivation for players. Like first of all, we knew that like building huge landscapes with like these tiles is like fun for itself, and it's a very like intrinsic motivation for players to keep legit just building. But we also wanted to have like an external motivation and try to design a cool game loop that gives players just like the right amount of moments of success and rewards, I would say. So we came up with the ideas of the like quests you have to solve and the like expert challenges like that give you new tiles and new skins. For that you don't have to pay. At the beginning it's like really you really get like lots of these moments of success, I would say, but when it gets harder and harder at the end, they will become less and less, and in the end, if you fail, you always have to, or we experience a lot of people have the feeling of they want to try it again, and that's really what we wanted to achieve.
And you mentioned about the players. I saw a lot of videos about like a lot of players have the highest score in the game, or like the most playing hours. So can you share with us what is the most impressive player achievements in the community?
Yeah, that was crazy because directly on the first day of our launch at Early Access in 2021, there were already players that like surpassed our high scores. So crazy. That was like our internal high score at the release was like 35K, I think.
35K.
And there was like, yeah, there was, we thought it would be really high. But there was like one player who already like did 100K at the first day, and then like a few months later there was like a guy who did like 2 million. And I think at the end of Early Access, where we like resetted the high score board, there was the best gamer was like at 4 million, which is totally crazy. And the world is so huge, and it took a lot of like time to like build that. He built like hundreds of hours on it. It was super crazy to see.
So do you have like a Discord community so people can share their highest score in the community?
Yeah, sure. We have a pretty huge community already. Like there are different rooms for different kind of things. There's also like a creative showroom where everybody just can build creatively. Also, like people make little tournaments there, and also we have a community manager who also like sets up tournaments and wants to already also wants to do a little like Dorfromantik league, which is kind of cool, I think. Yeah, it's cool.
And when talking about the highest score, do you have any techniques to share to the audience, like how to get the perfect placements? Because for me, I was like playing the game, but it's so hard for me to get a perfect placement. So do you have any techniques to share?
Yeah, I would say, I mean, perfect placement is basically like the key to get high scores. I mean, at the beginning, quests are super effective and super important, but when you come to like higher scores, then it's always, yeah, you always have to get the perfect placements right. For example, for trains and for water, you always have to look that you like build them not too near, so that you don't interfere with other elements, I would say. And you always, I mean, you really have to think of perfect placements from the first tile you place. Like you should focus on that in order to get a really high score. Yeah, I think you can like play either way. If you don't like play too much on the high score, then it's more relaxing. But yeah, I'm also not like the best, as you maybe heard in the answer I gave for the perfect placement stuff. I'm actually like the worst in our team with playing Dorfromantik, because I'm more the artist and I'm not that much into like the game system and the programming. But I like always like play for the beautiful landscape and not for the points. I'd say. There were people who did like crazy stuff. For example, there's one guy in our community who built like a huge island that looks like a dragon with a crazy amount of detail and stuff. And yeah, maybe you can send it afterwards to you and you can like blend it in or something. I don't know. It's really nice.
So also there's like really cute landscapes in the game. So we can change different biomes, like we can change the color to pink, to blue, and orange. So can you share with us, is the art style inspired by one of the scene or landscapes in Germany?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, for the art, like, yeah, we wanted to have a very like stylized and simple version of some like European landscapes, I would say. I mean, 3 of us come from Germany and we all grew up on the countryside there. And one comes from Switzerland. So we really wanted to get that kind of like nostalgic feeling into our art style. And also like simplicity was really important for us, because it's really, for such a game, it's super important that you can just look at the game at once and you like see everything and don't have to like search too long for certain elements. I mean, yeah, the standard biome, as I would call it, like the first biome is really like inspired by like Germany, but there's also like the lavender biome, which is like a bit inspired by the Provence in France, and also like the Scandinavian like kind of thing for the tundra biome. So yeah, we didn't want to really like copy these kinds of natures, but we wanted to like get a like sense of it into it. I don't know. Yeah, and for the inspiration in general, I would say we looked at like impressionistic like landscape paintings and stuff for the textures. For example, we looked at like Van Gogh paintings and stuff, and for the like shapes of the little buildings and houses, we looked at like little toy figures and stuff. Yeah.
So also, can you share with us, how was your team feel about like winning Indie Game Award 2022?
Yeah, it was very very cool because like to see that our game also like gets so much attention in Taiwan and also in Asia in general. We also could see that like the sales really increased from the beginning of the year in Asia in general, and also in Taiwan. And it's so cool to see that the game is like so well received in your country as well.
Do you receive a lot of players in Asia Pacific region?
I mean, Taiwan is also a really big player in our like when we look at our Steam sales, I would say, but also like China is really like getting huger and huger, but also Japan and Korea. Although we don't have Korean language in it, I think if we would have that, then people would play it more. But yeah.
Great. And I know that Dorfromantik just got its full game release in this April. So can you share with us, do you have any updates or what is your next step for the studio?
We just released our full release and it went pretty well again. And we could keep like pushing little updates now until summer. And we're also looking into new platforms, which is really interesting for us. But unfortunately, I can't say which now because it's secret, I would say. But I can say that this year will still be a very, very good year for people who enjoy Dorfromantik, and there will come some great stuff. Yeah.
And is there going to be more like DLC for the game?
Yeah, sure. We really want to get into like little DLCs for other regions in Dorfromantik, maybe other biomes, maybe completely different stuff, like more like a desert biome or something like that. I don't know. We made some concepts for that, but we have some ideas, I would say, but I can't say which one will really get into the game.
And so, do you have any messages for the fans or for the audience?
I just can say like thank you for everything, that our game is so well received and everybody's keeping playing it, and it feels amazing to like see all the creations from the community and all the people who like spend so many hours in the game and share it with us, and also for the feedback we also get, and that really made our game better during early access and is still doing it. And thanks for having me here.
And were you talking about the feedbacks? So can you share with us what is the most touching feedbacks you have ever received from the crowd?
It was a lot. I can't say anything like specific. There was, I mean, what I always like is, or what really moves me is that, especially like during COVID and stuff, a lot of people told us that the game, because it's so relaxing and meditative, it's really helping them like to unwind and to overcome even like anxieties and stuff during COVID, during the crazy time. And that was like for all of us, I think for the whole team, it was huge to hear something like that we can like help people with like a game to achieve that. It's cool.
So if the audience want to find you or stay connected, where can they find you on social media?
I think we're most active on Twitter, and that's where we like look into every day and also like post a lot. We're not that active on Instagram anymore and on TikTok, but also like Steam community, just open thread and we'll answer there. And also of course Discord, which is also linked on our Steam page and also on Twitter page. There we are also active and chat about the game, all the stuff.
And do you want to share about your Discord community?
The channel is called Toukana Interactive. I think you need an invite link or something. The invite link is on the Steam page. When you look for Dorfromantik on Steam, it's all over the place. Like we plug it everywhere, and or it's just like the Toukana Interactive Discord channel. You can search for it.
Yeah, we can just type in Toukana Interactive and find your social media page.
Yeah, that would be nice. Thank you.
Great, that'll be end for today's interview. So thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for your time as well. It was a pleasure.
Yeah, thank you. Have a great day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thanks for watching Indie Game Award 2022 Winners Interview. If you like this video, please don't forget to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. We're going to have more developers interviews in the coming weeks. Please stay tuned.